Trump administration has launched a bold legal battle against Boston, targeting the city's so-called sanctuary policy, a move that has ignited fierce debate about immigration enforcement and local autonomy. But here's where it gets controversial. The Justice Department is accusing Boston's Democratic Mayor Michelle Wu and the city's police department of deliberately obstructing federal immigration laws, a charge that raises fundamental questions about the balance of power between federal and local governments. On Thursday, the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against Boston, claiming that the city's sanctuary policies violate federal law by limiting cooperation with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. The lawsuit, which also names the Boston Police Department and its commissioner, argues that no city has the right to block the federal government from carrying out immigration enforcement. At the heart of the dispute is the Boston Trust Act, a local law enacted in 2014 and updated in 2019, which restricts local law enforcement from arresting individuals solely based on ICE warrants. It also prevents police from honoring ICE detainer requests to hold individuals in custody beyond their release date, and from sharing information about when someone will be released. These provisions are designed to protect immigrant communities and build trust between residents and local police, but the federal government sees them as a direct challenge to its authority. The Justice Department's complaint states, "These provisions reflect the city's intentional effort to obstruct the federal government's enforcement of federal immigration law and to impede consultation and communication between federal, state, and local law enforcement officials that is necessary for federal officials to carry out federal immigration law and keep Americans safe." This language underscores the administration's view that sanctuary policies undermine national security and public safety. Mayor Wu responded firmly to the lawsuit, calling it an unconstitutional attack that was expected but no less unwelcome. In a statement to CNN, she emphasized Boston's status as a vibrant, economically vital, and safe city, the safest major city in the United States, in fact. Wu accused the Trump administration of using legal action as a tool to push an authoritarian agenda, saying, "This is our city, and we will vigorously defend our laws and the constitutional rights of cities, which have been repeatedly upheld in courts across the country. We will not yield." The term sanctuary city itself is often misunderstood and loosely defined. It broadly refers to jurisdictions that limit their cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, but the specifics can vary widely. Boston's policies are part of a larger national conversation about how local governments interact with federal immigration authorities. In recent weeks, Mayor Wu has stood her ground amid threats from the Trump administration to penalize sanctuary cities. Last month, after Attorney General Pam Bondi warned of prosecutions against local officials who refused to comply with federal immigration crackdowns, Wu fired back, saying, "Stop attacking our cities to hide your administration's failures." Unlike the Trump administration, Boston follows the law. Bondi has also threatened to cut federal funding to cities that limit cooperation with ICE. But a federal judge recently blocked the administration from withholding funds from Boston and other sanctuary jurisdictions, marking a significant legal setback for the Trump administration's approach. Boston is not alone in facing these legal challenges. The Justice Department has filed similar lawsuits against other major cities, including Los Angeles, New York City, and Chicago, all of which have policies restricting cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. However, not all these lawsuits have succeeded. For example, a federal judge in Illinois dismissed the administration's lawsuit against Chicago and state officials, ruling that the government lacked the legal standing to sue. This ongoing conflict raises important questions. Should cities have the authority to set their own policies on immigration enforcement, or must they fully comply with federal directives? Is the federal government overstepping its bounds by suing cities that protect immigrant communities? And what are the broader implications for public safety and civil rights? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Boston's stance on sanctuary policies? Or do you believe the federal government is right to enforce immigration laws strictly? Join the conversation and share your perspective below.